Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then welcome. My name is Sarah. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my best advice for college students on how to study effectively and how to make good grades. I am currently a sophomore in college and I made 3.7s both of my freshman semesters, and this semester I'm maintaining a 4.0, still halfway through the semester, so fingers crossed that I can keep it up. So yeah, if you guys are interested in hearing what I have to say, then keep on watching. But before you guys keep on watching, please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and make sure that you guys subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much for all the support this far. So my very first piece of advice would be go to your classes. There is nothing that will ever compare to sitting in class, listening to someone explain the information to you while you write it down. That is two effective learning strategies at one time, and I think lectures are amazing tools for learning. You cannot supplement the lecture experience by watching the PowerPoints in your dorm room and trying to write down the notes that way and obtain the information. It's not the same at all. Your professor can explain things in ways that the PowerPoint obviously cannot, and you can ask questions to your professor in person. You cannot ask through a PowerPoint, and I can guarantee if you're missing class and you're looking at the PowerPoints, your teacher's not going to answer emails about questions, and that's that. So with going to class comes taking good notes. For me, I actually recommend writing down the notes in words that you understand. Don't necessarily write it down how it's said on the PowerPoint or how your professor says it. And it's also important to be able to relate the material to your life or to another person's life, kind of like humanizing the information. For example, I went to a lecture last week with the United Nations leader, and they were telling me that in order to get someone to explain the effects of climate change, you need to tell them, well, the climate change is going to affect so-and-so that you know in this negative way, and that'll help them understand the severity. The same thing goes with any information that you're learning in a college class. Take that information and apply it to something in your life or someone else's life, and it'll make you more sensitive to the material no matter what it is. My best study strategy for taking tests is rewriting my notes. I rewrite my notes approximately 3 to 4 times, believe it or not. I am a visual learner, and I'll show you guys how I write my notes, but in class I do take sloppy notes. I do take them in words that I understand, but my handwriting is kind of sloppy and they aren't pretty. With that being said, when I get back to my room before I have an exam or quiz or whatever it may be, I rewrite the notes and I take my time organizing them and making them pretty, because I am a visual learner, and when I'm taking my time writing them and taking my time to organize them, I'm also staring at the words for a ridiculous amount of time compared to when I was sloppily writing them in class. Make sure that you guys are taking good notes in class so that when you guys get back and you're rewriting your notes, that you have valuable information. And when you're rewriting them, make sure that they are easy to read. Organize them, take your time writing them, they're not going anywhere. The second time that I rewrite my notes, I only rewrite the stuff I literally cannot seem to remember. If I can remember it after the first time I wrote it or the second time I wrote it, I'm not going to write it a third time. I'm just going to write the stuff I literally cannot seem to remember. So here is an example of how I rewrote my notes for the third time before my first exam in my forensics class. As you can see, it's very organized, color-coded, and easy to read, and it's in terms that I understand. You guys might not seem to understand them, or maybe you would word it differently. It's all up to personal preference and personal knowledge. But yeah, this is how I write my notes. This method of note-taking has been very successful in my college career thus far, so I highly recommend writing your notes something like this. Another tip I have for just college in general and getting good grades in general is the very first week of classes, please go to wherever you have access to a printer and print out the syllabi for your classes for that semester, and more specifically, make sure that you guys print out the page that has your assignments listed in order. And this is my assignment sheet for my biology class, and it has when my tests are, what is due at the beginning of every class, and what I'm expected to do that week. Printing this out and putting it in the beginning of my notebook helps me to stay organized and to know what is expected of me every week in every class. And this is a very effective way in staying organized and staying on top of things. I can't imagine not doing this, so it's a very basic tip. It's also important to prioritize. If you guys know that you guys have a 100-point assignment due the same week as a 20-point assignment, or multiple 20-point assignments and a big 100-point assignment, make sure that you guys focus your time and your energy on that 100-point assignment, because it's going to hurt you way worse if you fail a 100-point assignment opposed to failing a 20-point assignment. Now granted, you should not be failing any of them, but it's preferable to fail 20.1. And that's not to say don't give your all to the 20-point assignment. Make sure you give more time to the 100-point and still make time for the 20-point, if you know what I'm saying. Another tip I have is study in your room. Your room is your comfort zone. Your room is your sanctuary. It belongs to you. No one's going to be bothering you. At the library, I have a horrible time studying because there's usually a group of girls that sit next to me or close enough that I can hear all the drama from the last 2 months, and quite honestly, I can't focus because I'm interested in what they're talking about more so than whatever I'm learning. And don't procrastinate. It will feel so much better if you complete all your work and then you get the rest of the time to either catch up on more work or you can relax. Like, don't hurt yourself by pushing everything out of the way because you want to relax. You can relax after your work is done. Your work is your priority. Your work is what's going to get you good grades. If you put in A effort, you're going to get A's back regardless of who's grading your paper and how hard of a grader they are or grading your assignments. You know what I'm saying? C effort gets C's back, B effort gets B's back. It's all about you, and don't accept failure. Failure is your own definition. Failure to me is anything less than A's, so I don't like getting less than A's. I know A's are possible, and I'm very disappointed in myself if I'm not making them. C's get degrees, but A's and B's get you a job, if you get what I'm saying. So it's important to use these tips and stay focused. Keep your eye on the prize. You're here to graduate. You're not here to party. With that being said, let me know in the comments if you guys would like to see a what I wish I knew before college video for more of the social aspect of college. College is not harder than high school. College is just more time consuming and there's a lot more expected of you, but you can do it. You guys got this. Yeah, so that's all I have for this video. Please make sure that you guys like and comment on the video, and make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys next time.